Yo, 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 welcome to Music is the Key, episode 550. Boom, 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 boom. Wish I had some sound effects. I'm
Oh,
DJ KaoticBlaze with the man in charge, running the show and really the whole time. Daryl, what's
I'm
good?
feeling good. I'm feeling I'm feeling good. Hey, I'm just happy to see you made it back from NASA in one piece. How you man, tell me about that.
Yeah, the space shuttle dropped me off real quick. It was a
Come on
quick
now.
4-minute flight from
You
Houston.
know? At the house real quick. Tell me about that. I'm
Yeah.
excited about that.
Yeah, so I was DJing like I mentioned last week for Break X, which is a breaking competition that sends
Yeah.
out 8 breakers from all over the world to Houston, Texas to compete. It was live streamed and I was the DJ for both days. So it was
Wow.
a really, really dope event. It took place in NASA in Houston. So it was really a unique experience. I had this huge ass 4K screen behind me, or in front of me
Wow.
rather, um, or really showing the actual battle that was happening in my face. So it was somewhat surreal, but it was dope. We got an exclusive tour of NASA after the fact. You know what I'm saying? So we saw
Yeah.
some shuttles, we saw some capsules, we saw some moon rock, not the concentrate, but
I was about to ask you
the
about that moon rock. Did you get that corrupt
not the
moon rock though?
concentrate, but real moon rock. It's actually
Yeah.
contained under, I think, nitrogen, because
Wow.
it will oxidize with the oxygen and H2O that's in our atmosphere. Some science for your ass. So
Look
yeah.
at that. She come back with the Bill Nye science guy facts on y'all.
Yep. Don't get it twisted. I'm educated. Yeah.
You
So
smart.
good
Yeah.
times. Shout out to Break Free Worldwide for having me. And if you follow me, I actually mentioned this earlier today in my post as far as, happy to set the example for women DJing major US events,
That's right.
specifically geared towards breaking and hip hop dance culture. So shout out to them. And yeah, that was basically the weekend.
See, man. Well, um, our weekend was a Los Angeles weekend. Soul Therapy was this weekend, of course. Novena, Carmel Spend, along with Jansport J and some other dope DJs. They got down, and then on Sunday, I was at 82, and that was just fun. Not only did I get a chance to just spin for the people and just I love to see people having a good time and dance. But our guest today popped up on me, Howard Johnson. He decided he
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to just pop up and just say hello. And Howard comes in, he sits down, he checks his messages, he does his stuff, he gets him a little something to sip on, and then he gets out there and he dances with everybody. And I'm just like, wow, that was really cool. So I reached out to him to see if he would, get on with us for episode 50. And he's here. So I'm very excited for that. I've also had the
Hey.
opportunity to meet did you meet DJ Danny Holloway while you out here? Danny
Nah.
Holloway? Man, this guy he came in with a nothing but 45s. He just put them in his book bag, literally. Like a regular, like a Jansport bag. Came in with his 45s, but this guy's 45s, like he had every sample from pretty much every popular song that we heard in the 90s. He came in with some reggae covers of different versions of songs, and it was just like the best time. Like my shift was over with. I spent from 2 to 6. I stayed till 8:30 because I was that much entertained by this gentleman. That's the first time that ever happened. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely go catch him tonight. He's at Gold Line Bar.
Oh
I hope I'm
yeah.
saying yes. He's at
Gold line,
Gold
yeah.
Line tonight. He asked me to come by there, so I'm going to. I might that might be my debut spinning at Gold Line tonight. He told me to
Yeah,
come
I
by.
love Gold Line. I haven't had the chance to rock there when I was in LA, but it's my understanding you use their records
You use their records.
to
That's right.
you use their records to spin. They have an amazing collection that just surrounds the whole place, and it's my understanding. I mean, come back at me next week and let me know. But it's my understanding that the DJs use their music
You
or
have to
their
use their
collection.
music that's in there. Yeah,
Yeah, I
now
don't know if
that I
it's a
do remember.
rule,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go in there if they give me an opportunity tonight. I'm gonna let you know. I'm coming in there with Thor's hammer. because I've been waiting on that one. That's
Talking
one.
about
Yeah.
Thor,
Uh,
and we're just talking about Thanos. Are you gonna watch Love and Thunder? That's coming out soon. Did you see the
Yes.
trailer?
Oh yes. Oh
Yes,
yes.
I
I'm
did.
always
Okay.
down. I'm always down for our Marvel stuff. Have you been catching the what ifs that's been happening? The
Well,
what
yeah,
if
I mean
cartoons on.
that the season is already done. Yeah, I
Yes,
actually watched some of them twice. I had
I
a
did
what if
too.
shirt on actually this weekend.
You
Everybody was
did.
like, "Yeah, yeah, I have a what if shirt. It has like the Watcher and has all the characters on it." I'm a nerd
Look at
like
you.
that. You know, you can't fucking collect no records and not be into comics, man. Come on.
Then there's that. well,
Yeah, it goes kind of hand in hand, you know.
well, you ready to kick us off this week? I mean, what do you have? What do you have on the decks for us? We got Howard. He's going to join
Ooh,
us at around 4 o'clock. I actually see him here in the waiting room, but if he had his camera up right now, I would actually pull him up to say hi to everybody. But I see him in the waiting room right now,
got you.
so he
Well,
is here,
I'll
boys and
start
girls.
off while we get stuff figured out with him. I'm actually gonna
Him.
start off. You know, it's crazy when you hear unfortunate news, about musicians, especially musicians that you grew up listening to, and those that kind of set the tone for others, specifically in hip hop culture. And
Yeah,
the group I'm gonna highlight right now is probably the first really big group to do it in hip hop culture. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame by Jay-Z. Forgot what year that was. But most recently, the Kid Creole from Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five has been in the news because he was convicted of manslaughter for
yeah,
stabbing a homeless man in New York City. And diving a little bit more into the story, you hear about like him getting on work really late, someone approaching him on some yo what's up, and given what's been going on in New York City as of recently with the increase in violence and all that stuff, I can see
yeah.
why somebody may react. But you know, we weren't there, so we don't
We weren't
know,
there.
you know, exactly what happened and all that stuff. But I hope just for everyone's sake we're able to figure this out.
Yeah.
um but with that being said, first track from Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, and you can't go wrong with gold. Just look at this cover first of all. I think
Oh
what the
my.
Kid Creole's wearing, I could definitely rock that outfit, the all pink. You know what I'm saying? He got the boots. Yeah, let's see. Melly Mel. He got like a baseball bat. Like there's some eclectic shit going on in this cover. This is actually from their second album released in '88. What album was this? I know I have this in my notes. I'll come back to it. But yeah, second
yeah.
album, Gold, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. This was released in '88. Let's go.
Okay.
With a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, MC. Hey, yo, look at hold up that rope chain, man. Yo, that ain't real, that's slum. Word? Yo, man, y'all seen the 1-inch thick lip jamming that be selling up on the water? They be dookie. Word. Dumb chain. They know nothing
Stupid
about
dumb gold chain.
man. Let's just tell them about some gold. Look, feel, style to maintain. Brothers wishing the lines for a name change. A young
See you,
man
Howard.
dreaming fantasy on which is to own a rope chain. Rope chain. Rick, throw it on. Next man around. Got to keep his man around. Many as they can around. Always got his hand around. Fly young lady with chains and swim earrings. Driving Mercedes. Rings on every finger like king.
Queens in the passenger seat. Flunkies in the back selling crack to every kid on the street.
Stand on the ab like an African prince. Huh, an ill child been wild ever since. The boy dope. Look at the smile on his face. He got the gold teeth shining all over the place. Janet Jackson says that diamonds are a girl's best friend. But lo and behold, you know gold was meant for the men.
A link chain worn by an Italian, prancing like a stallion. A fat dromedarian, a diamond studded cross. Huh, he's the boss. He had to kill for his. Now you're going for yours.
When you're outside the chick store, you wanna stick it up. 2 kilo cold scores, you wanna pick it up. Girls give hugs because she got 2 of them.
And now you're selling drugs. Sure, a few of them. The things that you're doing, your jury is fine. But realize men are living in the mind.
Give for gold, 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 gold.
Dig it for gold, gold, gold.
Ain't nothing like
Grandmaster
digging
Flash
for
and the
gold.
Furious Five, Gold, off of On the Strength. That was the name of the second album. On the Strength. Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna make a suggestion
Here
because
we go.
we can't hear and properly see our sister. So when I play this song, can you reboot so people can see you in 4K like
Ooh,
Chris, and they can hear you too because it was cutting in and out on you. So I don't
got you.
want anybody to miss out on whatever you're dropping. And
Got
while
you.
we're doing that, let's just say hello to our guest very quick before you reboot. What's up, Howard?
What's happening, my brother? One day at a time.
Hey, I want to say what's up to you before we get started. Blaze is getting ready to reboot for a little second. How have you been, man? What's been going on with you?
Just been working on the new album. I'm probably just one or two songs. Well, actually, just one song away
Yeah,
from finishing that. Um, One of them's being mixed right now. So, yeah, one day, one step at a time. Just doing what I need to do to get to it.
man, this feels so good to not only um, hear. What do I always tell you? I always tell you about this one album in particular.
Right, right. There
And
it
it's
is.
sitting right back here. But it
There it
feels
is.
good not only just to have you here, but really to honor you because to be honest with you, you're one of our legends, and we have to respect you guys while you all are here because what happens is when people pass away, and then everybody, and we're not trying to wish that on anybody,
Right,
but when
right,
people pass away, everybody jumps on the ball instead of showing them the love when
right.
they were here.
Yeah.
And that's always been my goal to make sure that our R&B legends know that they're loved, especially by somebody that looks like them. And I'm always gonna do that. I'm always gonna do that. So
Well,
thank
thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much. I mean, I appreciate it, and it means a lot. That's why I show up to bars and different places just to say hello because you guys are the ones that keep us alive. Because if it wasn't for you, it would never filter down to the people that come to the bars, come to the concerts, come to
Yeah.
the clubs or whatever to hear us. So you guys are the first responders, so to speak. So I have to thank you guys so much for keeping that in people's ears, faces, and minds. Thank you,
And
truly.
shout out to everybody like Funk Freaks out here in LA,
Yes.
XL Middleton and Monica, everybody that's out here, Loopy Lexa, Ghost, David, everybody, man, everybody. What's her name from Germany? Femdelic.
Findelic, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to everybody, that does their thing and that shows the love, man. I really appreciate how you're a man of the people. I always say that every time I see you. You're a man of the people. Last time I saw him on Sunday. He just popped
Right.
up at the session and I just held him like a little kid, like holding your uncle, like, man, what are you doing here? Like it just made me so happy. So yeah, I really appreciate that. So I guess while Blaze is rebooting, let's go ahead. I guess we can get into some of your stuff. Well, here she comes back right now. Let's see here. Let's see. Our sister will be back right here. And oh, we got her in 4K. That's the Blaze I know, and I know right there. What's up with you, Blaze? Uh-oh. We can't hear you.
And she bloody froze.
Blaze, you bloody froze. We can't hear you. We see you, but we can't hear you now. She's gonna get it. It's gonna be right. It's gonna be right. It's gonna be right. Well, while
Where's
we're
she?
doing yeah, while we're doing that, what I'll get ready to do is I'll pull up this track that I have right now. Thank God for people who make represses. This record that I'm getting ready to play is called "Move Everything You Got." Shout out to Danny Holloway. Danny Holloway came in last week when he came in right after my shift. He was the older gentleman that was spinning right behind me. And Danny played this on a 45, which reminded me, I'm like, wait a minute, I have this record. So let's go ahead and play this thing while we have this here. We'll get into some of Howard's records in just a minute. And we're going to start this thing out with LS Movement. Move Everything You Got. Howard, I think this will make you dance.
Uh-oh.
Blazer be back soon. I see her pop up in the room.
Everything you got, let the music take your mind.
Yup.
We hear you, Blaze.
Move everything you got, let the music take your mind. Party right here. Party right here. it on the three, put it on the four. Let's boogie some more. Grab it on the one, slap it on the two, grab it on the three, put it on the four. Let's do it some more.
That is LS Movement, Move Everything You Got. Man, just one of those kind of tracks that'll just make you get up, dance, and just feel good about life. So that's one of my favorite tracks, and that's how I'm kicking everything off. Now we can officially introduce
Yay!
Howard to Blaze and Blaze to Howard. Yes,
Hello, welcome to Music is the Key. Sorry for whatever that was. That was rare
it's
as far as
okay.
not hearing me. How are you, Howard?
Now we don't hear Howard.
No.
Howard, we can't hear you now.
I'm muted. Sorry.
Hey,
Hey,
okay.
So yes, nice to meet you. It's my pleasure.
Yeah. Did Daryl tell you a little bit about what we do here on Music is the Key?
No, he told me something about I get a free electric car if I came on.
Ah.
Wasn't that what you said?
Wow. Okay.
I don't know about an
So
electric car, but I know I could get
I'll
you.
let him be in charge of that.
No, no, no.
Our giveaways and stuff.
I could give you a bottle of indigo, but I don't know if I could get you an electric.
Wow.
I'm full of jokes.
Yeah, always, 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 always. Well, tell them a little bit about what we do then, Blaze.
Yeah, so me and Daryl, we go through our amazing vinyl collections weekly. We pick four selections. Doesn't matter the genre or just really the style of music. We just pick whatever, and we really talk about the artists and the music from those selections. So it's fun. We go everywhere. And actually, we were talking about your music last week, where I made an attempt to kind of sing the very beginning, which wasn't too pretty, but so fun. You know, I have it in rotation. I spin a lot for dancers quite often, and just this weekend in Houston, they were rocking to that track still. There you go. That's the vinyl right there. So much respect and thank you for having your presence. We appreciate you here today
Oh,
on Music is the Key.
thank you. It's
Key.
as I said earlier, it's a pleasure. I'm humbled and I'm honored to be able to give back because you guys are, you're on the front line. You're the guys that make it happen, that everybody hears what it is that we do, what we feel, what we see, what we think, what's on our hearts, and musically and creatively. Thank you. It's totally appreciated.
Aw, you heard that,
You
Daryl?
see what I'm saying?
You heard
That's,
that?
hey, I'm good for the rest of the show now. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm finna leave.
Yeah, we're leaving. Bye. We're
Yeah, yeah,
good.
yeah. That was enough, right? Yeah, that was enough. Episode 50. That's it. No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no. We still have a couple more songs. Howard, you want to sit in with us while we play a couple songs, and then we gonna get to yours too.
I'd be honored. Where are you located in Houston? You're in
I'm
Houston?
currently in Orlando. I was just in
Oh,
Houston for an event this past weekend. But
Howard, she's
yeah,
spinning at NASA, Howard. Like she said for an event. She was spinning at NASA. Come on,
in
wow.
at
Blaze.
an event in NASA. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, big things. I was like, Mom, I made it. You know, I'm spinning it. I'm not an astronaut, but
There you
I'm at
go.
NASA.
And the
So for my
comments are starting to roll in. Shout out to
uh oh,
Vashawn.
here we go. Here we go.
Oh, it's about to
Everybody's probably
start.
like,
They
what?
know you here now, so they here.
Yeah, you see how Fine had like 5 eyes in it?
Fine.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. That's how
You
you
know
do
what? I
it.
wasn't gonna play that, but I guess we might have to play that for Howard just because. Should we?
Yeah, I actually have a question about the video because um
Ooh,
when was the last time you saw the video, Daryl? Do you
I watched
remember
it.
do you remember filming the video, Howard?
oh yeah,
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 me and Howard talked about this video. We talk about this video a lot. So
yeah.
yeah, let's. I
There's
watched this video.
quite a story behind that video. I was on A&M Records, and a lot of people didn't know that the stage that they actually used was on A&M's lot. So I was at
Really?
Soul
Ah.
Train every weekend, and fortunately and unfortunately, I was dating a few of the girls, the dancers on Soul Train.
Wait a minute.
So,
He said a few.
A few of
oh,
them. A
A
few of them.
few.
I've always
Okay.
been non-discriminatory when it came,
You
uh,
have.
that because what I would do, I wasn't promiscuous. I would take, five or six of the girls out to lunch or to dinner because as you when you watch the video and you see Don interview me, he asked me, he says, "Man, you got some good moves there. Where did you learn how to dance?" And I said, "I was watching Soul Train. I grew up watching Soul Train." And he was like, "You're kidding." And Michael Jackson moonwalked in 1984 on the Motown special. I moonwalked 1982 on Soul Train. And when Don looked at the tape, he was upset because the cameraman shot me straight on opposed to shooting me from the side to see, me moonwalk on television or whatever. But as I said, I was there every weekend. And then Don just finally asked me, he says, "Man, I see you here all the time or whatever. Why aren't you on Soul Train?" And I was like, "Dude, it's up to you to make the decision for me to be on." And I was on the following week. So since I was friends with all of the Soul Train dancers and stuff, they made a vote on who was the most popular artist with the biggest song. And So Fine made the final list to be the Soul Train theme song. And I was just like
Wow.
blown away. And at the time, I was an unknown artist, and A&M wouldn't give me the budget because back then, budget for a video was $80,000 to $100,000. So they wouldn't give me a video. So I spent my own money and did my video. That's why all of the Soul Train dancers are on that video, on my personal video, because they did it for free. They just had Major Love, and they were supposed to leave me a 6 foot perimeter to dance. And when you watch the video,
They're right here.
yes, they were all in my face. And
And
one
he
of
was
my
right there with him too.
Yes, and
Yeah.
one of my friends, Nisi, like if you watch this video again, you'll see me as I'm singing. I kept turning around looking at her. She was goosing me the whole time while I was trying to sing and dance. It was like the funniest thing. So it was a great time to have all of that take place. I'm glad it all took place.
So
Oh,
we
that's such an awesome story. Go ahead, Daryl.
check this out though. Listen to what he said. The Soul Train song was between him and O'Brien. So we
Yes.
ended up hearing Soul Trains are coming,
Yeah.
Soul Trains are coming, and that could have been ooh
Yep.
Uh
so
huh.
fine. Do you
Yep.
imagine how Soul Train would have been hearing that every week?
Yep.
So
And me
fine,
and me and O'Brien are best of friends. Have been
man.
Aw.
since
Shout out
then.
to
Yeah.
O'Brien.
Yes, that's my homie.
Shout out to O'Brien. Were you ready to lace us with
Wow.
another track over there, Blaze?
Yeah, that's such an awesome story, and now it makes sense now, and it's good to hear these things that happen, and from anyone watching the video, they're like, oh, he got all the Soul Train Solid Gold dancers with him. That's cool. They probably got paid, but what really happened was, hey, yo, I'm filming my own video, man. You gonna come through?
Come on through here. I know they're giving
And
out
it
boxes
worked
of
out.
chicken. I can give you some now laters. I got you.
There you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, and it worked out. But actually, for my second selection today, I know last week we were actually speaking, Daryl and I, about him finally seeing Summer Soul, Questlove's joint that just won an Academy Award, and one of the groups that was in that film that we were talking about was the Fifth Dimension, which you know, in the 60s specifically, well, their music really ranges over a couple decades, but in the 60s specifically, they crossed so many genres, and they did their thing. And actually their fourth album, which was released in 69, which is The Age of Aquarius, it has, if you open on the inside, it has all of their signs. You have Ron Thompson, Aquarius. You have Marilyn McCoo, a Libra. You have everyone just listed. It's just a fun album. The most popular single, which is Let Sunshine In, is on here as well. But the song that I actually picked today is Don't You Hear Me Calling? I love it. The harmonies are just dope. Actually, there's probably only 10 words in this whole song, but it's a fire track. Much love to the Fifth Dimension, and let's go. Let's get it.
Don't you hear me calling to you? Don't you hear me calling to you, baby? Hear me calling to you. Don't you hear me calling to you, baby? Don't you hear me calling to you? 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 Don't you hear me calling to you, baby? Don't you hear me calling to you? Don't you hear me calling to you, baby? Don't you hear me calling to you? Don't you hear me calling to you? Don't you hear me calling to you? Don't you hear me calling to you?
The title of the song is basically all you're gonna hear in the song.
Don't you hear me
Melodies are
calling to you?
amazing. Yep. Fifth Dimension, man.
I like that
Bang
a lot.
bang.
I like that a
Right?
lot. Their voices always seem to comfort me. As a child, my grandmother would play them a lot, so it's always something about their voices that seem so comforting. So yeah, especially that Marilyn McCool. Oh, what a
Yes.
beautiful soul! Look, look. You see Howard's eyes? Look, look. I said Marilyn McCool. You see? How
Dude,
It's like I got a story too.
I have to tell you this story.
Tell it.
Um, one last. What's the one song that she sings? One last. Oh my God, what's the name of that
Now I'm
song?
gonna have to look it up.
One da 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 da. Oh, I love that song. One night I was at Mr. Chow's, me and my wife and my in-laws, and they both walked in. Now, Chaotic may be able to speak to this. You're not as old as I am, but I'm from Florida. I'm from Miami, right?
Okay.
So I grew up with the darker you were, the lighter girls always went crazy for me. Always. So I kind of grew up with that, right? So he walked in, the both of them walked in, and they literally sat next to us. I don't know what was going on in their marriage, but he
Mm.
was staring my wife down, and his wife was staring me down, and it was
Hey.
so uncomfortable, but I absolutely love her. I love them. I love their music. And oh yeah, they're definitely in my top 10 playlist because I mean I grew up listening to a lot of different music, more so than the music people know me for.
Right.
I did a talent show in the 8th grade, and it was three of us in a group, and we called ourselves the Jackson Three. And the guy got on stage. He was 6'2", and he could sing his butt off, and he froze. Literally had stage fright, and we didn't know it. So I sung the song, ABC or whatever it was, and it was kind of a medium clap. I re-entered the show and put a suit on, sung Moon River, and won the show. So my my variation of music is definitely pretty wide. That's why I've always loved the Fifth Dimensions because I kind of sang that way when I was growing up. I had to sing popular music. I would sing all of these different other artists that weren't R&B, music. So yeah, she has a special place in my heart, big
Was the
time.
name of that song called "One Less Bell to Answer"?
Yes. Oh
Okay.
my
Ooh.
Okay.
God. Oh my God.
And let me find out you out here talking about some Moon River. Yeah, 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 Howard.
See?
Don't play with us. Don't play
He's
with
like, I
us.
got range. I got range,
Yeah.
Daryl. I got range.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So Howard spoke on something he did earlier, and I'm, I should play. I will play something from this record. This is one of my favorite records from Howard. If you guys don't know, it's one of the Night Flight records, and it's some things on this record that really make me happy, which I'll play in a second. But I have a song that I'm getting ready to play from Howard's debut album, the Keepin' Love New album, and I'm gonna go with the title track. It's called Keepin' Love New. Howard, please tell me about this song because not
Wow.
this is one of the flyest songs I've ever heard in my life, really, to be honest with you. So can you give me a little bit about this before we drop this?
It was the second to last song that was done on the album. Kashif and I bumped heads a lot because I grew up. I would come to the studio at 10 o'clock in the morning. The session wasn't until 12, but I would come early in the morning and he was like, well, you need to warm up. And I was like, dude, I grew up singing in the church to start singing at 6:30 in the morning. I've been warmed up for 4 hours already. So him and I didn't really get along too well. And because like the first time I heard So Fine, you already know the story about that. I didn't like that. But this was the second song to the end. And this song actually is bigger than in Europe than So Fine is here. They love
Wow.
Keep and Love New. Yeah, absolutely. So it's just one of those songs that it's kind of hard to explain what it is and the ingredients in it that makes it what it is. Because on the same note, Kashif's first album was actually my complete second album.
Did you
And
know that? Did you know that, Blaze?
No, I did not.
So
and
Kasif's first album was supposed to be his second album.
yes, the entire album.
Everything that we know on
Wow.
that first Kashif album
Everything
should
you
have
know
been
in that
Howard
first
Johnson's
album
album.
should have been mine. So this year is the 40th anniversary for the Keep and Love New record, and we're actually talking to UMG now to re-release it probably in August or September. And there's going to be 2 bonus tracks on there. So you'll win the wonderful prize. Anyone in your audience, if they know at least one or 2 or the second song that I'm gonna do on that album, I will give you a 5-pack of my cigars, or if you
What?
don't smoke, I will give you some of my gourmet coffee.
Hey,
What?
okay. Well, with that said, Howard's giving away things like Santa Claus. He has the beard over there right now. So,
There you go.
so what I'm getting ready to do right now is give us a little fun. I'm getting ready to give us my favorite track from Howard. This is called Keeping Love New. Taste it. Not the static though.
Kiss you, hug you. Sometimes I can't decide. Confession, expression of just having you inside. Got me, I'm blinded. Your love, it shines so bright. My days are filled with fantasies of loving you all night. There's no place I'd rather be. Every day my love keeps growing, baby, feel the need in me.
Watch this, Blaze.
I'll kiss and hold you tight. When you wind on this candlelight, keep it love you. I won't keep my love.
Yes. Keeping Love New by my brother, Howard Johnson. Hey, Howard, tell me something. What you got? Hold on, let's put Howard back on the big screen. Oh, that's your coffee.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Oh yeah, we need some of that, Howard.
And
And cigars.
cigars
Bow.
for the smokers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think I'm in all of that group.
You like, I checked both of those boxes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Check. Howard, what was it like working with both Kashif and Paul Lawrence? Those are two of my favorite producers.
Kashif, it was difficult because Kashif
Wow.
was a perfectionist. And I spent a lot of time with Luther Vandross in New York doing
Uh-huh.
sessions, commercials, and Luther would come in. He was always prepared, and he would sing a song maybe once or twice, and he would say, "If it's not in those one or two, today or tonight ain't the day to do it."
Mm.
Mm.
So working with Kashif, it was difficult because I always had that mindset that I always sang in front of audiences since I was 6 years old. There was no second chance. It was
Yeah.
like, it's tons of people there to hear you sing or whatever. And it was just like, here it is. Let me give you everything that I've got the first time around because we don't have it like that. So Kashif was like, well, let's keep doing it. And I was like, dude, trust me. Let me just do what I do. And actually, so fine, I did in 2 takes.
Wow.
Uh, Paul, Paul Lawrence he was a perfectionist also, but Paul kind of gave me a little leeway because you got to remember, Paul grew up with Freddie Jackson.
That's right.
So
Mm.
Freddie's that kind of singer like Luther, and we were a lot alike. So he gave me more leeway to be able to do, what it was that I wanted to do. I wanted to put, some of me in it. You know what I mean? It's like when you listen, and I love Babyface, so this is not a diss, but when you listen to a Babyface song that's produced, it sounds like Babyface.
That's right.
Even the
Mm.
ad libs, all of those things, listen to Tony Braxton, listen to Boys the Men, even though, homie really does what he does or whatever, he couldn't stop him because that's the way that he sings. But
Yeah.
when you listen to those songs, you're hearing Babyface.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And when you think about it, when you hear So Fine, there's no ad libs in So Fine at all.
Mm. Now you're
So
gonna have me
that
going back listening.
Yeah, so that's why it was very constricting to kind of work with him. I was like, dude, let me sing. I can sing, trust me. Just let me sing. So it was
Mhm.
kind of difficult. And then you really didn't hear me open up until the second album, which was with the system. Um, and Mick Murphy, that's my homie. And Mick was like, yo, Howard, do what you do. Man, don't put up that Prince looking picture.
Oh, that's you know what's getting ready to happen. I'm coming off of this record next. I'm coming off of this record next. But it's interesting that you say that, because Tawata AG said the same thing. She was like, the one thing she did not like about working with Kashif is because he kept going over and over.
Oh
But
yeah.
she was from that Luther school where she
Yep.
was used to coming in there singing in and out,
Yep.
and he want yeah, the way she would explain that. So she gave me a better understanding, and then hearing you, it helps me also when I'm engineering. So it's like, okay, how do I approach different things, especially with singers,
Yeah.
because Kashif taught me one way, and it's like, no, that wasn't the way. So
Right.
now I'm having to relearn a lot of things, and
See,
yeah,
because Kashif was a keyboard player, so it's more methodical the way that he would play. You can overdub 1,000 times and get that groove and find that pocket. But
that's
with
right.
a singer, it's like you got to understand. Also, I came from the school of Al Green with Willie Mitchell because I worked with Willie Mitchell, and I remember listening to one of the songs where Al Green was singing, and I was sitting there with Willie, and I was like, "Yo, Al made a mistake there." He goes, "Yeah." He says, "But keep listening." We got to the end of the song. He says, "Do you think that I was gonna stop that tape with
Mhm.
the vibe that you just heard? You thought I was
Yep.
gonna
Mm,
interrupt him?" And it's like when I was working with Kashif, I'd be in this vibe and I'm going, and he'd go, "Okay, okay, stop. Let's go back." And it's like, dude, you driving me crazy. I'm not doing this. Let me just
yeah,
sing. Because Luther was like that. Luther would start at the beginning of a song and sung it all the way through, and then let you sit there and evaluate it. But don't stop me, when a guy's going to the basket and you blow the whistle. It's like, yo,
mhm,
no, 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 no. Let me get the foul, let me get the basket or whatever it is, but don't mess up the groove. You
yeah,
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
no,
so
Was
yeah,
there a specific was there a specific point in the song where you guys were just not seeing eye to eye on,
oh yeah.
that you could
Oh,
yeah?
absolutely. Absolutely. There's a part of the song, and I'm not patting myself on the back, but there's a part of the song in So Fine where it says, the way you strut your stuff across the floor. That song wasn't like that. I changed it. I made it what you heard, and he got pissed, and he was more concerned with that I wanted publishing. I was like, yo, number one, I didn't even know about publishing. I was like, yo, dude, and we argued about it, and I wasn't proud of it. And we made up many years after that, and Kashif actually was my best friend, and we talked every day up until 2 weeks before he passed. But I told him, and I can tell, some of the younger people about patience and just taking a deep breath, and that old stupid saying cliche about, you know, take 10 deep breaths or count to 10 before you say something. Because when he said that to me, I said to him, I said, you know what, dude? You want to be a singer. I am a singer.
Mm,
And
Ooh.
let
that's
me
Howard.
let me tell you something. That changed the whole vibe for about a week. And I walked out. I was like, yo, dude, don't, number one, I said at that particular time in my life, I had sang at over 200 funerals. And you're going to
Mm.
tell me that I don't know the heartstring to pull in people? You
Mhm.
got to be kidding me. And I told the
Yeah.
engineer, I said, leave that on there because he was going to erase it. So when I came in the next day, all of a sudden everybody was in the room. Maury Brown, Paul Lawrence Jones, the engineer, and another guy, I can't remember who it was. And he played the song, and that part came up, and Kashif was shaking his head, and Paul looked at him and says, yo, dude, that part of the song, that part, dude, don't touch that. That's killing right there. And a lot of people tell me, because I asked them, I says, yo, what's your favorite part of the song besides the ooh, so fine? And they go, that part, the way you strut your. And I'm proud of that because I just knew that heartstring just hits people a little different. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
yeah. And every song we did had those kinds of moments in it because I really wasn't gonna back down. It's like you already took all the ad libs away from me. Let me sing, dude. I know how to sing. Just let me sing.
That's
Let the
Howard.
man sing. Damn
Let
it.
him sing. Let him sing. And right now we're gonna let Blaze play. Let her play. Blaze, what you got next?
All right. Yeah. So we're jumping from 1969 all the way to 1987. And, this song really reminds me of my mom. I was a young Blaze in 87. I was about 4 years old. Now, this group or duo really is from Philly. They were on the dance and pop tracks. And this is really not a one hit wonder. They had another single that kind of did their thing. But this is Pretty Poison's Catch Me, I'm Falling. Catch me now, I'm falling. Yeah, I'll just play it. Don't mind my singing, please.
Are you ready, boy? Here I come. Catch me. You came into my life. The look in your eyes took me by surprise. It's you and nobody else. Your love has made me so blind I can't see. I am just standing above. So catch me, I'm falling, baby. Hold on to my love. Catch me, I'm falling. Catch me now, I'm falling. Catch me, I'm falling. Catch me now, I'm falling.
Pretty Boys and Catch Me, I'm Falling. 97, I mean 87, my bad. Virgin Records. Yeah. Good memories, good energy. Time capsule real quick to the late 80s.
You can never lose that way. Never.
Never. It's a vibe.
And you can mix "I'll Be Good" to that too by Renee and Angela.
Mm. So
Yep.
you've
Doom,
done
doom,
that
doom,
before then.
doom, doom. Yes, I have.
All
I have. Most
right.
definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely. Now, there's a question that's here on the board, boys and girls, that you could win coffee or you could win some cigars from the one, the only Howard Johnson, who is on
And if
Twitch.
they get both, they get the cigars and the coffee.
Oh, did you hear this? Okay, so check this out. Someone needs to tell him one of the remakes he's going to put on the reissue of Keep in Love new LP. So what's going to be the Kashif It's the Kashif remakes, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So it's two songs. Give us one of the two, or give us both, and you boys and girls can win. Paulie, I think you need to go ahead and do that because he already said he wants the coffee. So make sure that you guys look at the Kashif first album. Look at the Kashif first album and see where we can go from there. All right. Let me see what we can do right here. I'm getting ready to go with, and I told Howard this, and everybody knows my love for Kashif. Everybody knows that. But I've also made it known that this is my favorite, even though that was my favorite Howard song. This is my favorite Howard Johnson album. Album. And this was produced by the system. I love this album from top to bottom. To me, this is you. I'm no disrespect because I can hear you on this album. Like I think
Ah,
that's probably what it is. And
yes, yes.
as I've gotten older and talked with you a little bit more, and like you said, you were allowed to be a little more freer. This is Howard. So even though he looks like Prince on this album cover,
Or ready from the world.
oh come on, man, baby, let me love you. Yeah, don't you not sing like that, Howard. We don't want to hear those high falsettos out of your nose and your throat. None of that. None of that. None of that. But what we're getting ready to do right now is get ready to take you to this song called "Let's Take Time Out." It's that system sound, but it's Howard in that system sound. Hope you guys are ready for this because I am. Let's go.
Let's take time out. Let's take time out. Always rushing, never staying. Always working, never playing. Time to slow down, take a look around. We don't wanna lose this love we found. Woo! I know it's getting late. Don't hesitate, baby. We should make it right. Please be mine tonight. Let's take time out. Ooh, for a little love. Let's take time out. Ooh, for a little love.
Let's take time out. Ooh, for a new love. Howard, were you taking out a lot of time for a new love during this time?
Ooh,
Dude,
nice. He
let me
set
tell
you
you,
up.
That's my
I was
brother.
living in New York at the time, and I was having major problems in New York. Major problems with that. Because So Fine just took me to a place I had never been before. Because I was a church boy.
I
Um,
already identify.
Yeah, and saying that, that's why I ended up being one three of the voices in the five heartbeat because I was choir boy. I was choir boy's voice in the movie. I was JT's voice, and I was Flash's voice. So growing up like that in a very religious household, not that I went wild, but close. When I was in New York, and limousines and girls, and oh man, it was crazy. And working with Mick and David, I did 8 songs in 9 days. It was like
Woo.
a song a day. It was like, and I love that because he just let me sing. Mick was just like, dude, I respect you and he knew. He said, "Man, Kashif just didn't let you go. He didn't let you do what you do." And I was like, "Ah, it's cool. I got what I needed, what I wanted, what he wanted,
Yeah.
and now I can sing." And then from that album to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, it was like all bets were off. Then it was like, yo, I can just do whatever I wanted to do then. So
Howard, where did you shoot that cover that you shot with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis
that
before?
was at the Lamodrion in on Sunset.
I,
And also, I was the first artist that had a Nike deal because I got on Nikes on there.
What?
Yep, they had just
Yeah.
they had just opened up the Lamodrion on Sunset. It was the most expensive, fanciest hotel or whatever, and they let us come in and shoot the album cover there in one of the suites there. And I had a deal with Nike, thanks to Jermaine Jackson, my best homie, that hooked me up with Nike. So yeah, So Fine was a first on many levels because a lot of people don't know this. So Fine was the beginning of hip hop.
is it the throw your head back, back, back,
Do
back part?
continue.
Yes.
It's the throw your
Because
head back, leaning to the side.
yes.
Yeah.
But just besides that, just the sound, there was nothing else that sounded like So Fine. And what happened was Teddy Riley was good friends with Kashif, and he was gonna pawn me off to Teddy, and
Oh,
then until we found out that he had did Just Got Paid and I Wanna for Keith Sweat and Johnny Kemp, it was like, could you imagine if I had So Fine, Keeping Love New, Just Got Paid, I Wanna on the same record, and
man,
Mm.
then
that would
Kashif's first album as my second album?
we wouldn't even be able to talk to you right now.
No, no, you'd be able to
Yeah.
talk to me. I'd probably be owning the radio stations.
And I probably would be
Yeah,
right
we
there.
would be interviewing for a job.
We would
Perfectly.
be interviewing for it.
So
I'm
yeah,
like, Blaze, come on, let's go to Howard Station. Come on
it was
now.
it was a
Yeah.
lot of firsts. I mean, because even when you go back to the Night Flight record in 1979, I had the opportunity. We changed disco music.
Mm.
If You Want It was the first song that changed disco music because it was the same time when we were recording the Night Flight record. We were literally one block away from the Bee Gees doing Saturday Night Fever.
Phew.
And Bobby Caldwell was in the studio next door. I sung background on What You Want to Do for Love. You tried everything. Yeah,
Hey.
I done been around a little bit. I just don't talk about it much because those things that I tell you, I can walk down to Starbucks right now and tell them that and go give me a latte, mate, whatever, and they'll call security. So it's just part of the
Oh
journey
no.
that I'm making. That I'm glad you guys are part of this. The fans are able to hear, some of the antidotes and the things that create who I am and why I do give back and why I do, spend time with you guys at radio stations, at bars, at clubs, or whatever. So it's like within the next 4 to 5 months, you'll probably see me at a lot of big 80 shows and stuff with the Daz band and the
Yeah.
time and all that. But I'll be standing out front handing out cards for my new single to give away and to sign autographs. No big hoopla. It's like, yo, Hojo right here, just doing what we used to do when we used to go to mom and pop, shops. And I can't tell you how many record stores that I went in that would fit only 5 or 6 people, and the looks on people's face when I had a #1 dance hit and I would walk into their store to give away free records to do whatever. And that means a lot to me. It really means a lot to me to be able to give back. So that's why I told you, you got me 24/7. If I can be there, I'm there. And finding out, Chaotic, that you're in Florida. I mean, I came from Miami. I'm gonna be visiting you some point in time.
Hey.
He
If you
will
need a
too.
DJ,
Okay,
just give me a holler. I'm
okay,
here.
all right now.
He will too. He
And
literally
it's
will.
crazy. It's funny how you even mentioned hip hop because at this event I was in Houston, it was geared towards hip hop dance, and I played So Fine. And you have all the poppers, bop, like the
Yes,
beat
absolutely.
in the lyrics, the song just hits it connects with hip hop dancers. So it's great
Absolutely.
that you're able to mention just the journey in creating that song, and how you were still able to leave a piece of you, even though it was almost taken away just
Yes,
because of how
absolutely.
they were trying to engineer and record the song. But being a DJ that spins your work pretty consistently, it's always good to hear the backstory behind it.
And again, I
And I'm
thank you.
available in Florida.
All right. Absolutely. Because I'll
Yeah.
tell you what I wanted to do. I hope I'm not talking too much, but
No,
what,
man.
what I wanted to do, the way that I was formulating my band, I wanted to go back to the old days where my band that I'm putting together is going to be 12 to 13 pieces.
Oh,
Mm.
And the reason why is that I'm going to have an MC. Now, go back to what our music was. Go back to when it was Duke Ellington. Go
yeah.
back to when it was Ray Charles, James Brown. I'm going to have two drummers and I'm going to have somebody on the tables. If Battle Cat's not there, you're there. You guys are there
Wow.
because that's part of what we are. You know what I mean? And people need to see that not only am I just a singer, I'm an entertainer. And
Mm-hmm.
and those things have to be encompassed into one thing. Like on the new record that's called Compelled, I have a gospel song on it.
Mm,
I also got a rock song on it, and I got a country song on it. So the kind of
Wow.
show that I want to be able to bring, I want to be able to bring a show where you're totally engulfed in who we are. Because you can't tell me too many people that were, parents were playing Ray Charles and the Jacksons and during the week, and on Sunday morning they're playing Rance Allen. They're playing the Five Blind Boys from Alabama. And why not come to a show that does the same thing from the
Mm.
same artist? You know what I
Mm.
mean? So that's why I've included those things on my record. And like I said, I got a country song on my record, and people are going to go, wait a minute, what? And it's like, there's a black rodeo association called Bill Pickett Invitational Rodeo. I wrote the theme song for that. So I am country. I'm all the above. And there's no reason that all our artists should be that because they're more than just soul music, R&B
Mm.
music, pop
Mm.
music. We created all of this and it's ours. In the story. You can call it what you want. You can say it however you want. Classical music and Beethoven was black and yeah, whatever. Banjo, we invented the banjo. It's like, come on, really? Kalimba.
yeah.
I mean, I learned how to play the kalimba after seeing Earth, Wind, and Fire in 1975, and ended up being one of the lead singers in Larry Dunn Orchestra, who was the original keyboard player, and I play kalimba. So it's like, why not? We do it all. We're some of the most talented people on the face of this earth in the
Say that.
story.
Say that.
Period.
Say
Sorry
that.
for the soapbox.
No, ain't no soapbox. You Howard Johnson.
No.
You got a
All
soapbox on
truth.
this show anytime. Yeah, speak that.
Yeah, all truth. And these are conversations we have, pretty frequently on the show as we dive into different genres of music throughout our collections, especially music that's over 40, 50, 60, 70 years old that's been repressed and really reintroduced to audiences that had no idea, the history
That's right.
of music, and how that history has influenced music to come and music still to come and to be created in the future. So thank you for saying that. Just reiterates what I've been saying this whole damn show,
You go.
It does. It does.
Daryl.
It does. Hey, listen to the ladies because they always are right. Yeah. Bless the Lord. I won't tell Blaze that, but she's right a lot. What's next, sis?
Yeah. So where was I? I think I went to 84. No, I went to 87. Now we're gonna go to 78 with a person who actually tried to make David Hasselhoff a pop star, which really, I mean, I guess it worked in Germany. It didn't really work too much here in the United
Yeah.
States. And Charles Blackwell, he's an English record producer, arranger, and songwriter. And in '78, he came out with a disco album called Boogie Down. The cover is very risque. It almost looks like Diana Ross here, but I actually can't even confirm that if you look very closely.
It
And
really
this,
does.
right? It does look
Yeah,
like
I have
her.
that album.
Mm. Damn, Daryl, every album I pull out, you're like, I got that. I got that. And what was the other one? Idris Muhammad that you were gonna play after I
Yeah,
played
Idris
it. Blah blah
Muhammad and the
blah.
Ronnie Laws. Yeah, you got me.
Yeah, and the Ronnie Laws one fever. Ugh, this happens to me all the time, Howard. But anyway, today we're gonna go with Blackwell off of the Boogie Down album. Give it all that you got. I really like this album. I enjoy it. It's a good listen from beginning to end. And Give It All You Got is one of my favorite tracks from this album. So here is Blackwell with Give It All That You Got. Blackwell, Give It All You Got. 1978. Very risque cover, which I really like. It looks like Diana Ross, but I can't confirm that. Here you go. Ah! Whatever.
That is so cool that you guys reach so many genres. It's like that is so cool. It's like I wish you were on like 24/7 where it can be piped into my home and just listen to that over and over. And of course, when it's over, just call out, hey, that's such and such album from 1959 or
Yeah.
1980, whatever. Cause it's like, I've never heard that. And it's
Mm.
like, how can you not know that you're enveloped with that in the universe 24/7? For
Right.
something that is so accessible to a certain degree because everybody can't go out and buy 10,000 albums or whatever, but just to know that as much joy as music can bring, that your complete being can be enveloped by this. I'm like freaked out because it's like I didn't know until last week. I've got Twitch on. I actually have you on Twitch right now.
I didn't realize you had Twitch until I saw this what you posted there. I'm like, what
Yeah,
is Howard doing on Twitch?
Oh
dude,
yeah,
because
this is streaming from my Twitch too, right? Yeah.
yeah.
This is awesome. Okay.
So last week after seeing XL, it's like I got XL on Twitch. I've got DJ Epic on Twitch. Now I've
Yeah.
got her on Twitch. I got you. So it's like, how can you not? I've got House Shoes, and House Shoes
Yeah.
Oh,
just
she was a monster.
big shout out, and he plays some stuff that I just sit there. And he told me the other day online, he goes, "Yo, you need to come by. You need to holler. You need."
You
And
do.
oh, dude. So it's like it scares me a little bit, is because how much room, as you can see, my studio is already pretty full, and I probably got 700 records back there. But it's like I want more. I want more. I need more. I need you. I need Chaotic to make me a mix CD
We got
of
you.
literally of just hours of whatever you think whatever you feel or whatever, because I travel a lot. I'm on planes for 13, 14 hours at a time. I read a lot, but it'd be nice to just listen to another flavor. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
thank you
Yeah.
guys. I hate to keep beating the dead horse, but thank you, because it makes my life so full that it kind of reconfirms what my purpose is. You know what I mean? To be, because if that what you're doing is bringing me joy, and then what I do brings you joy, there should be no more wars. There should be no more
Mm.
arguments. Should be no
Mm.
more crap at all. Because trust me, Trump, Putin, whoever is bad or considered bad, they listen to music. I bet you they do.
Yeah.
They listen to
Mhm.
music, and it's something that brings them joy. And it's like, yo, let's just bombard them 24/7, 365 with that. Yeah, you can still make money. You can still go off and do what you do. But to be enveloped by what it is that you guys do, you guys are freaking me out. I'm loving this.
Blaze, I think you need to talk because I got choked up right there.
I thought he was specifically talking to me though.
Oh, he was. He was. That's
He
my
said
sister.
chaotic blaze. He didn't say Daryl. He sees you spin in LA. You
Hey,
know,
we need
I'm
to
in
do a
Florida
radio
now.
show.
Yes, you guys definitely need to do a radio
We
show.
need to do a radio show. I love Blaze. I love Blaze like she's my own sister.
No,
Man,
but
thank
honestly, all jokes aside, thank you for sharing that. I feel like us within the music community, whether it's as performers or artists, as DJs, as personalities, we've all grown attached to our art because there's such a great connection between the soul and music. I see it in my
Absolutely.
daughter, who's a year old. She's pumping her fist when she hears music. She may not understand the lyrics just yet, but she definitely connects with the
That
music, and that's
vibration.
something,
Yes,
the vibration. That's something that's been
absolutely.
passed along through our ancestors for
that's right.
centuries. So it's great that we're able to continue that and carry on and share the music that brings us joy with everyone that's be able to tune in. And it's awesome that
Absolutely.
we were able to introduce you to some stuff today
Yes,
as well. And like I mentioned too, we go everywhere. we
Yeah.
we go I played boogie oogie, which is music from the late 1800s, not too
You
long ago.
did.
We go into
You sure
jazz, we
did.
go into funk,
wow,
soul, discos, we salsa,
wow.
merengue, Latin. We go everywhere, worldwide, because really music is just a thing, and for me specifically, that has changed my life, first as a dancer, and then transitioning about 12 years ago to being a DJ. But yeah, with music is the key. I'm glad that Daryl hit me up. Daryl was like, yo, you want to do this show? And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, let's do it. I have a whole bunch of vinyl I want to share. And also, too, it gives me the opportunity to really listen to my music again. Because after
Yeah.
you have so much music, you forget. Maybe Daryl, he doesn't forget. But
No.
Uh,
sometimes you forget how much music you have and what are some of these cuts on B-sides, excuse me, that you haven't heard in such a long time. So
Yeah.
every week when I pick 4 records, I'm like, oh yes, this album is fire, and it just reminds me of things to now add to my digital collection that I have in my physical vinyl collection. But I'll keep it right there.
What you said really touched me, Howard, because I think about all the times like I may have heard a teacher tell me, stop taking my Walkman. I might have my Walkman in my I would always have my Walkman and put it in my coat so I could just sit there like this
right?
and just
Wow.
have my Walkman or my mother or somebody telling me turn that music off, do something with your life. And then to hear you say something like that, it really it touches me because it's like everything led up to that one moment. I may not ever want to spin again, but the fact that you said that was enough for me. You understand what I'm saying? So I just appreciate your honesty. I appreciate you sharing. I appreciate you at the last minute. I hit you up last minute. I was like, Howard, man, can you come on? And you was like, man, I got you. Come on through. So
Yes,
like just
absolutely.
that, I'm saying, the love, you just popping up on people doing events and stuff like that. Man, how many people do that? Like, ah, yeah, it's beautiful.
And
It's
and
beautiful.
dance like nobody's watching.
Oh my God. You know what? I wish I would have saved. Oh, I do have it saved. I should have had it on here for us to watch you get down. Man, that guy got out there and was on the floor dropping, and all the ladies were around him. And then we had a pop locker come over there, and he
Yes,
kind of ran the ladies off. But no, this guy was no, he ran them off. I was
he
like,
ran him
bruh,
off. Yes, he
I
did.
tried to slow the beat. I tried to slow the music down, thinking, oh well, maybe
No, he stayed there with it.
he stayed. I mean, and was standing right in front of me. I'm like, yo, bro, there are women in here. Please get
He,
one.
he was
He had
auditioning
one,
for you.
but it was all good. Yeah, he was there for the
That's
music,
funny.
so I appreciate that.
That's an awesome thing, when people just get up and dance, and that means you inspired his body
Yes,
yeah,
to move.
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
That's an ultimate gift for any DJ.
Yes,
it is. But please don't take the ladies away from me, though. I was a lot of the senoritas in
that was
there.
good.
Well, you
Yeah,
wanted to recreate the So Fine video, but
I
with the
was.
Daryl version.
I was. Oh, I'll run out there. Howard to tell you, I'll run out there with the ladies
Yes,
and dance with them and
sure
have a
did.
good. Yeah, I will do that. Like, let's have a good time. And
Yeah.
speaking of having a good time, and speaking of a little fun, hmm, I want to get on the fun right now. A little night flight. Yeah,
No.
Howard, we do
Ooh.
this.
Wow.
We do this. This is get on the fun right now. Night flight. This is a young Howard's voice right here. So this is one of those voices I want you guys listen to how Howard sounds during this time period of his life right here. Around what time was this, Howard? Like 78
78.
ish?
Yeah.
78? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Night flight, get on the fun. Taste it. Yes. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's funky. That's funky.
That was get on the fun. Get on the fun with Howard. Man, that is another one of my favorite joints, man. Like, what tell me what you guys are saying. There's a million different
Reasons you listen to the song, and one reason just because you want to.
ooh.
Ooh.
But when you and that bass player and that drummer, and it was that last one, when you guys you guys all locked in together. Oh
Oh,
my God.
yeah,
Was
that
that a
that was.
live session where was
Oh
everybody
yes, yes. We
okay.
all played in, and this is gonna freak you out. The drummer was Steve Ferrone from the Average White Band. The guitar player was my partner Sandy Toronto and Hamish Stewart from the Average White Band.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
Phyllis Hyman also singing background with me and Sandy. David Sanborn on saxophone, the Brecker brothers on the other two horns. That particular
Wow.
record, dude, I got indoctrinated into the business. It was definitely a fairy tale. I was singing in a club in a tourist trap in Miami Beach at a club called the Castaways. The lead singer was jealous of my voice, so he told me he knew that I grew up with Cubans. He was like, "Well, bring your bongos down here and sing background and play, congas." So it's like, cool. So I'm singing background, and on a Thursday night, one of my school friends, Puerto Rican chick, told me, he said, "Hey, some friends are gonna come down tomorrow night, Friday night, and hear you sing." And I was like, "Yo, whatever. I'm here from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the morning." I was making $45 a week, working 6 nights a week.
Wow.
So about 12:30, 1 o'clock, these three guys walked in. One of them had on red spandex pants, cowboy boots, a red and white halter top, and a big red afro and a red beard. And back then, I don't want to say that I was homophobic, but I was making some bad jokes about his outfit. And there was only 5 people in the club. And before the show started, the lead singer reluctantly came to me and said, "Hey, do you know the show songs?" And I was like, "Yo, does a bear poop in the woods? Of course I know the show songs." And it was 3 songs: George Benson's Masquerade, Lenny Williams' Choosing You, and Al Green, Love and Happiness.
Mm.
I sung those 3 songs, and I had a cold that night. But when I have a cold, I can sing much higher. I got 5 octaves, so I was using my upper range. So after the show was over, the 3 guys came backstage, and it was like I thought I had to fight. It's like, yo, I'm making these terrible jokes about these guys. And the guy walked up to me and go, "Hi, my name's Sandy Toronto. This is Robert Sterling, and this is Hector Martinez. I got a group, and do you know where the Biltmore Hotel is in Coral Gables?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm right next to, you know, the golf course. I know where it is, right?" So I showed up, and make a long story short, I ended up being the lead singer of Night Flight because that fateful night they asked me to sing the show. And out of all of the times I performed in the band, they never, ever asked me to sing lead, ever.
So you got that
Wow.
that that gig led to this
Yes.
record?
Yep.
Wow.
And the first song I ever wrote, well, the second song that I ever wrote was a pop hit, was "If You Want It" with Sandy.
If you want, yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Look at that.
That was
Yep.
around the same time when Casey and the Sunshine Band was out, right?
Yep. Because here's another tidbit. I cut my teeth at TK Records
Mm.
with Benny Lattimore, Bobby Caldwell, Betty Wright, Lil Beaver. So I was over there sweeping floors and singing background, hanging out with, Clarence Carter and those guys over there. So I already knew what the game was before I got in the game, but I had been singing all my life. You know
Yeah.
what I
Mm.
mean? So it was an easy transition. But also in that, I have to, I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. I wasn't an angry young man, but I didn't go to work that Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. On Monday morning, we would call at 9 o'clock to ask the leader of the group where we were going to meet to get paid my $45. So I called him. I said, "Hey, Snuff." His name was Snuff. He's like, "Yo, where are we going to meet to get paid?" He goes, "Negro, you ain't going to get paid. You didn't show up Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night." So I got pissed and I said, "Well, you know what? I'm going to come over there and shoot you in your mouth and you going to pay me my $45." I went in my bedroom because I was living at my parents' house. I went in my bedroom and I should carry a gun. And I took my gun and I put it in the back of my pants. All of a sudden, I heard a key in the door, and I was like, "Yo," because it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, "Yo, what? Who's breaking in the house?" And all of a sudden, it was my dad. My
Oh.
dad had never been sick a day in his life. He had a cold or a flu or something, and he came home. So when he opened the door, I'm standing there with my hand on my gun in the back of my pants. And he looked at me, and I was very, very close with my dad. And my dad looked at me, and my dad called me Sonny. He goes, Sonny, what's up? I says, well, Snuff is not going to pay me my $45. I'm going to go over there and shoot him in his mouth. So my dad opened the door, and my dad said, you remember what I told you about that pistol that you got? You better kill him. And I was like,
Whoa.
wow. I broke down and started crying. My dad picked me up, by the back of my shirt, took my gun, put it in his pocket, he hugged me. He says, you ain't built like that.
Yeah.
Aw.
But that changed my life
Yeah.
because the next day was my birthday, November the 28th. I'll never forget this as long as I live. The next day was my birthday. I was on an airplane in first class with Sandy, headed to New York. Got to the airport, limousine picked us up, took us to Manhattan, took us to the 10th floor. And I was still a little suspect to Sandy because he still had on spandex pants. Dude,
Like, I don't
doing-
trust you fully just yet.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So we get to the office, and he opens the door and it's dark. And I'm like, I'm already suspect. I'm a little homophobic at that time. I'm like, yo, this dude got on spandex pants and he trying to get me going this dark. And all of a sudden, the lights came on, confetti, big sign, welcome to because the name of the group used to be Tornado. Welcome to New York, welcome to Tornado, happy birthday, Howard. By 4 o'clock that day, I had a brand new wardrobe in a limousine headed to upstate New York. 6 months later, I had a pop hit.
Wow.
Wow. Wait a minute.
Before-
In that wardrobe were there spandex?
Yeah. Did you wear spandex, Howard? Tell it. Tell it.
No spandex. He let me pick the clothes out.
Okay. Okay.
But check this out. 2 weeks prior,
Good one, Blaze.
2 weeks prior to that in Miami, I had taken the civil service test to become a postman because I was going to quit singing and
Ooh.
deliver mail for the rest of my life.
Wow. Look at
So
that.
look, that was 3 different choices. Look at those different choices. You could have shot somebody in the mouth, been in jail. You
Yep.
know, you could have not got on that flight.
Mhm.
Or you could have been a postman.
Yep.
Look
Hello.
at that.
Yep.
And look, you're here
So-
today because
So things happen for a reason. And, in a long time ago, I used to regret that I didn't have the second Kashif album, or I didn't have I Wanna, or I didn't have Just Got Paid. And I'm not supposed to say this, that I was dating Janet Jackson. I'm not supposed to say that.
Whoa, whoa,
all
whoa,
of
whoa,
these-
whoa, whoa.
yeah.
I can't repeat that. I can't
We
repeat
can't
that.
repeat that, but
So,
JJ,
there's so many things that took place in my life that brings me to this moment
Mm.
right now, that everything that you heard on that first Night Flight album,
Mhm.
I can sing everything.
I
The
know you.
way that God gave it to me then, I still have that. I don't point the microphone. If you look at any of my YouTube stuff in Paris, in Germany, anywhere, London or whatever, you never see me point the microphone to the audience to sing anything. It's because you came to see me. If you want to sing, you can go ahead, but you just paid for me to do what I do, and I'm going to do it like it's my last time because I loved Otis Redding. I loved Jimi Hendrix. I loved Stevie Ray Vaughan. I never got a chance to see them perform, but I met people that did, and they told me that those people performed like it was their last time. Why not me?
Mm-hmm.
Period. So when you come and see me, you getting it all. You're getting 45, 50 years, 60 years since I've been singing since I was a little kid in church.
Yeah.
I got to give it to you. Even my rehearsals, people trip and go, dude, you sure you're not gonna blow every? Nah, dude, come on. You know what? Because that 30-minute or 40-minute or hour rehearsal, if I walk out of that rehearsal and I get hit by a cab or I get shot or whatever happened, and you were there, you know what you're gonna remember about me? Howard, put it down.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yep.
I don't want to walk up into heaven or wherever it is because I'm Buddhist I'm a yogi. I do all of these different things in life. I don't want to slide up into wherever I'm going to slide up into all fit and ready to go. I want to go in there ragged because I got to give you everything that I got. Because what if God decided that the 1800 beats that your heart makes every day, what if he goes, yo, I'm going to give Daryle 63 beats today. You out of here.
Yeah.
You out of here. So he gave you 100% of whatever it is, good, bad, or indifferent, job, no job, homeless, or whatever. You're still here above ground.
Yeah.
So he gave you all of that. So why shouldn't I give you all of what I got? Period. Period. Because trust me, we are the most difficult audience in the world to satisfy.
That's right.
The Apollo proved that. Dude, I got booed at the Apollo.
For real?
I sang Keeping Love New first, and we already know what a boost sounds like. You hear,
It's a grumble.
Sandman come out.
yeah, dude, I was pointing to the DJ, yo, dude, go to So Fine. Dude, when Ooh hit, it was over. I had him. It was done. It was
That's
done.
what they wanted to hear.
That's what they wanted to hear. And
Yeah.
Prince even said it. I mean, I was friends with Prince. Prince even said, he says, Howard, you can make some of the greatest music in the world. If ain't nobody heard it, us black people, we don't want to hear it. We just want to hear what we've already heard.
Exactly.
And you can go, and no disrespect, you can go to the White Boy Show, Neil Diamond or Neil Young or whatever, and they can sit there and do their brand new album that you ain't never heard, and them white folk gonna get up. Neil, great job, Neil. We love it. Neil, where can we buy it?
That's
Neil,
right.
that was great. That was unbelievable. We ain't like that. We're not cut like that.
Nope.
We're not cut like that. So with that being said, next year when I do my tour, not sponsored by promoters, not sponsored by ticket sales or anything. When we choose the 1,500 seater places in every city, Howard's paying for it. So if nothing but one or two people show up, then one or two people, they finna get it. Period.
Yeah.
I can't live like that. That's why you don't see me on many shows. I don't do them 80 shows. You ain't gonna get me up there and sing So Fine and Keeping Love New and one other song and pay me $1,500 and thank you very much. No, can't do it. Can't do it. You finna get me. You gonna get all of me. And here it is. I got DJs up there. I got 2 drummers, 2 guitar players, some of the best players in the world. You get ready to get entertained. That's what it is. Look at what Sammy Davis Jr. was. We ain't that far removed from what he was. He was an entertainer. I'm not just a singer. I act. I do all kinds. I skateboard. I surf. I play polo. I rodeo. Why not?
Yeah.
Life is too short. We are the most talented people. No disrespect to anybody else, but we are the most talented people on the face of this earth, bar none.
I'm with you.
And I heard something that was said by Pharrell. I don't know how true it is. I need to look it up. Pharrell said that the hits, the music that you hear, it's in a universal library. We just checking it out. We ain't invented nothing new.
He said that on Drink Champs. Yeah.
Thank you.
He said that on Drink Champs.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
Do you know how many times that I've waken up at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning and came in here and it was a full song in my head? I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. The universe, I just selected it. I pulled it out and I clicked it in and I came in here and I put it down. I was like, oh my goodness, no, you didn't. You made that, Negro, you ain't made nothing. You just checked it out. You just checked it out. You know, like So Fine. I mean, I used to tell Kashif every single day, dude, I love you. I love you too, Howard. I love you too. Do you know that Howard Johnson sang in a wedding band?
What?
Kashif called me one day. Hojo, what you doing? Already know what you're doing. Negro, you just got up and ran 5 miles. You worked out. You rode horses. You sitting in the studio. I just started laughing. I go, yeah, you right. He says, man, I need you to do me a favor. It's like, what's up? He says, my musical director, Sandy, he does this wedding band thing And I was like, yeah, that's cool. He says they need another singer. Um, with you. I was like, Kashif, dude, a wedding band, dude. Come on,
I
man.
already see your face. You had that same look on your face right now.
Yeah. I was like, yo, dude, a wedding band, dude. Come. He says, Howard, you are a singer, right? Yeah, yeah. But a wedding band, he was like, I was like, nah, dude. Howard, you do sing, right? Yeah, yeah. Cause see, come on, man. Don't do me like this, man. He says it's about singing, dude.
Mm.
Mm,
And I took the gig.
mm.
We performed at God, I can't remember Angela, one of the white popular singers. God, I can't remember her name. She was getting married, and we performed at her wedding, and she recognized me. And I
Wow.
was singing "Signed, Sealed, Delivered" or something. And she walked up to me and she goes, "What are you doing here? It stings bad." And she had me by both hands, and so she had my left hand, and I had my Rolex on, and she went,
Wait a
No.
minute.
"Why are you here?" So she pulled me off stage, and I just told her, I says, "You know what?" And I told her the story about Cassie. She went, "Wow." And I go, yeah. And I says, I've been kept off the radar anyway. So I'm not an A-list artist or whatever. You call me a B-list. You call me whatever. You go on my page and people are saying that I'm a one-hit wonder. And I just laugh. And sometimes every now and then, depending on who it is, I'll write back and I go, you know what? It's a million miles between no hit and one hit, even though
That's
I've
right.
had many more hits than one hit. You let me
Mm.
know when you get to the first hit and then we can have the conversation. But to live the life that I've lived, to do
Yeah.
what I do, my house is paid for. I don't owe nobody nothing. I ain't flossing. I didn't have Bentleys. I didn't have Ferraris, Maseratis, all of it. Been there and done that. And you see how I roll. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can go get a
Range
brand.
Rover.
Yeah, but I don't need to be flossing like that.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? So that's
Yeah.
why I can go to 7-Eleven. That's why I can go to vegan restaurants. I can go and hang with anybody, and show up to a club. You've never see me go and go, yo, I'm on the list. Howard Johnson. How much is it? Who is it? Oh, such DJ such and such, or this show or whatever. Yeah, boom. And because I performed and did a show where O'Brien was performing, and he was on stage singing, and he saw me, and he was like, "Ladies and gentlemen, you got an icon, legend, blah blah blah, Howard Johnson." He's like, "Man, why you didn't call me?" I said, "Yo, dude, I come to support you. I don't care about being backstage.
Yeah.
I've been through that. I don't need that, man. I come to support you."
Yeah.
Like I came when XL Middleton, and then I saw you, and it was like, "Yo," because even XL was like surprised, like, "What? Oh, dude,
Yeah.
he's like, dude, Femdelic was just like when I showed up in Fullerton. She was like, no, you didn't. It's like, yo, come on. You came all the way from Germany, babe. Come on.
Blaze, this is what he does though. Like this guy is he's a beautiful individual and that's why it was very important. I felt like we needed him here for episode 50. Um
No, that's awesome, and a lot of what you were saying, Howard, kind of reminds me of you, Daryl. I had a couple gigs in LA, and Daryl's right there because usually, in LA, everybody's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come through." They don't show up. They hit me up the next day. Oh, I'm sorry. I got sick. My dog got sick. Some sort of excuse,
Right,
whatever.
right.
But Daryl, he would say, "I'm gonna go to your gig," and he's right there in front. So
That's
I
that's what it's
def
about. That support means
yeah.
everything.
yeah.
Everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm humbled. I'm totally humbled and honored that my music's being played, that I'm being remembered. How can I not? How can I not come? Because I was a little nervous because I normally go to therapies on Wednesday, and I thought you meant Wednesday. Then you said from 3:30 to 4:30, and that's when my session is. And I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna have to cancel the session. I'm not
No.
missing the radio stuff. No. So it's like even now I'm sitting here going, God, y'all are 30 minutes over and I'm still talking. It's like,
We
oh man,
love you, Howard.
oh dude, I love y'all. I love
Yeah.
y'all.
We love you. I want to
And
make sure we give that stuff away though, Howard. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm
uh-oh.
gonna name some songs from the Kashif record. For people who are there in the chat room, be it Twitch or YouTube, listen, these are some songs that you could potentially win something. I just gotta have you. Lover turn me on. Stone love. Say something, love. All. Help yourself to my love. The mood. Don't stop my love and rumors. Please. Howard is giving away some of his signature coffee. He's also giving away some of his signature cigar. Well, there's one right there. I see help yourself to my love. Would that be one, Howard?
Nope.
Nope. Well, you got to keep going. I'm going to read these again. Let's see here. Let's see. The mood.
Nope. They got them lined up probably.
I just got to have you, lover, turn me on. Stone love, maybe. Say something, love. I'm giving you guys hints. Oh, help yourself to my love. No, we're not giving that one. Not the mood. Come on, Vashawn, keep on going. I think "Lover Turn Me On." That might be a good guess, but for sure. But I'm guessing that would be a good guess. I would have won some coffee. I think.
Now do this. Name 4 or 5 artists that Kashif produced, because that's one of the other songs. Is
Okay.
another artist that he produced.
Evelyn Champagne King, uh, Melba Moore. I think. Let's see, because you always in the interview you always said go give that to Evelyn Champagne King. So it's either Love Come Down. Is it Love Come Down?
No, you got the people got to guess.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm trying to,
He said, "Not
trying
you,
to help
Daryl."
y'all. I'm trying to help y'all. I'm trying to get me some coffee if they don't want it, man. You know.
Oh no, I got you. I got you. I got
Paulie
you.
said rumors.
I
Blaze.
got chaotic also. Don't worry, I got you guys.
Hey.
Paulie said rumors.
Nope.
I don't see you singing rumors.
Remember, it was Evelyn King.
It was Evelyn King.
Lilo.
I forgot about Lilo.
Yeah, come on now.
You're a good
Melba
girl.
Moore, Whitney Houston,
The
George
Wooten.
Benson.
George
What
Benson.
was the saxophone player guy's name?
Kenny G.
Kenny G. Come on now.
Kenny G. The Wootens.
It was one of them songs.
Man, they playing. They playing. You know what we might end up doing is we'll keep this thing going. We can do it over on They Might Be Taping, and see. Let's see what's right here. We can do that over on They Might Be Taping. We want to make sure that we give this away. We're gonna open this up to everybody since you guys are playing, and we'll make sure that we get somebody some of that coffee and those cigars. I think that'll be really cool, and I look forward. Let's see, we got him still coming in. He said Lilo is your shot. Well, what's the song?
Oh boy.
Anyway, Howard, do you have anything you want to close us out with before we get out of here?
Wow. I'm on Facebook, Howard Johnson 940. I don't know why it's that way unless it was 900. I was the 940th Howard Johnson on there. So on Instagram, I'm at Hojo Music, Hojo Music. And Twitter, I think I'm Hojo Music. I think
Yeah,
so.
it is Hojo Music.
Oh, okay.
I learned that today.
Yeah. So yeah, HowardJohnsonMusic.com. You can go there. Paulie BX wanted to know how they can buy the coffee. They can come to my site, HowardJohnsonMusic.com, and I'll give you a 10% discount on
He
it.
has insider training though. He knows KaoticBlaze personally.
Yeah, that's my husband. He's
That's
trying to be
her-
slick.
Really?
He's trying to get some coffee.
That's funny.
That's insider trading right there.
Paulie,
Yeah.
I got you. I got you.
He loves coffee. So
Really?
he's a coffee connoisseur. So
So yeah, I have
I'll give him a little bit of mine though, you know.
Oh, I appreciate the love. Thank you, Paulie. Yeah, I grew up, drinking Cuban coffee. So I mean,
you already know. Yeah.
so I'm already knowing. So yeah, I got you. I have two different kinds. This is my regular dark roast. This one here, but I have another one that's an even darker French roast. That's more closer to Cuban coffee and Italian
Gotcha.
coffee for people that
Yeah.
really like dark, strong coffee. So I have both. You guys just let me know which one you want. Same to you, Daryl. You look at all like, oh, how are they talking to me? I got
Oh
you.
no, no, no. I know I can pull up on you. I'm a
Hey, and plus, what's in your left hand? I
This
got
is for you.
I got a wine coming out
Oh,
later
Oh, you
in the
on it,
fall.
man?
Oh
oh.
yeah,
Yeah,
life is
Well,
too short not to be on it. You know what I mean?
this is
definitely.
yours from the Snoop Dogg family. You got some indigo gin, it's strawberry infused
Thank
gin,
thank
and
you.
I'll be hitting you up so I can get this over to you.
You
Maybe
got
we'll go
it.
get us something else to eat again. I like sitting down breaking bread with you.
Oh yeah,
So
vegan.
yeah,
Not too many people do vegan thing, but you were right there with me. So
I was right there with you. I
yeah,
was
you
right
hooked
there
me in
with
a
you,
good
and
spot.
yeah, I'll
That was
bring
a
this
good
next
spot.
time we out and about.
Absolutely. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Blaze,
Thank
you
you
got
so
anything?
much, Chaotic. I'm honored. Thank you.
Oh,
Blaze, you
thanks for
want to? You
blessing
got
our
anything?
show, our 50th show. That's amazing.
50.
50. Yay.
Standing on the top. Yeah, I feel like we're standing on the top right now. We're gonna open up. We will open up though, so everybody who I'm gonna make sure that we put this clip on right now. Please, there are two songs that Howard is waiting on an answer for, and I'm putting this right here. Someone please tell him one of the remakes he'll put on the reissue of the Keeping Love new LP. So we're going to share this. First two people end up getting some coffee, or what's the other one, Howard?
Cigars.
Coffee or cigars. Coffee or cigars.
And
That's
one of the songs is from Kashif, and the second song is from one of the artists that Kashif produced. And the song was a hit.
Look
I
at
think
that.
it's Evelyn, but I'm not saying
Too many clues. Too many clues.
I think it's Evelyn. I do, but I don't know because you got range, so I don't know. But Lilo had some range too,
Yeah,
though.
Lilo had raised.
Lilo has some range too. Okay, all right, all right, all right, all right. This is Music is the Key, episode 50. We want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you again, Howard, for being a part of this show. We
My
love you
pleasure.
and we honor you. And
Thank you.
like I told you so many times, I told you I had this record
Yes, you do.
sitting there, sitting there. And yeah, so you guys make sure that you support Howard wherever you see him. He's very approachable. Walk up to him, say hello. Every time I do a gig and he's there, I make sure I say, "Hey, that's Howard." I make sure I do that, and I know he
Yes,
doesn't
you
like
do.
that because he's a
No,
humble
no,
guy.
it doesn't bother me. Not at
But I want everybody to understand and know. Don't be dancing to this music and don't know who that is right there. So
Yes.
yeah, shout out to Howard. Shout out to Blaze.
all.
Congratulations on bring coming back from NASA, and thank you for staying a little extra. Thank you so much. Thank you
No
so much.
doubt.
Episode 50, we went out with a bang. Well, what we gonna do next, Blaze? What's next? We gotta hook up your homies. We gotta link up with your homies too. So just let me know when that time. Yeah, let me know when it's available. And we can knock that out too.
Yeah.
Episode 50. We'll see you guys soon.
Peace.
Peace.